plan your resources, your numbers around which objective you want to play. That is why it's so important to set this tempo, this amount of men towards which objective you want to really play.
You have to protect your camps because we know BSE is a very invasive team, but of course this is just thoughts.
It's time to test those drafts under pressure, boys. Casters, take us in.
Alright, Black Shrew Esports versus Kagendra in game 1 of this best of 3 kin. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking they need to make sure they get the resources. Every last hit in this game matters even more now because both mid laners are costly mid laners. They need a lot of gold, a lot of EXP and items to be online.
For me, I do agree so as well. Eyes definitely has to be on Senko from Kagendra on this match only, and for Black Shrew Esports, you definitely have to look at Xiang on this Dharma. These two players will be the crucial engagers for their team to look for these backline accesses.
And it looks like the focus on both teams, so once again, it's going to be quite different, right? So there is a lot of focus on making sure that Lanfeng has a good start to the game, but straight away, BSC says, no, Clash Lane, we want to make your life difficult. Ihan's going to have a little bit of trouble as Musang King takes one camp away.
One camp away indeed, being stolen away from Kagendra's jungle. So right now, early game is stable for both teams. As you mentioned, they have different priorities here. For the side of Black Shrew Esports, they have secured the damage portal and they have teleported our player Zihong back towards the mid lane here. So that is definitely great as he needs so much resource on this Koming.
Yes, and Ihan's at this point suffering a little bit against Xiang because of that first rotation coming in from Zihong in the mid, right? So Zihong, not only has he successfully put a advantage for the side of Xiang, he also actually manages to get some EXP and growth in the gold for himself.
Exactly, and a little bit of poke coming in from Senko's Kachosen spell 2 here, so that is gonna hurt him, but no worries, the NC to heal Zihong up to a 4 right now. So priority here being focused onto the mid priority. After this, we're gonna see a big rotation in coming in from Black Shrew Esports.
Yes, and I'm quite impressed with Kagendra so far. Even though BSC is playing BSC's game, I think Kagendra is keeping pace. And for all our Indonesian fans or Kagendra fans in totality, look, this is a good sign. Perhaps they could make something different in this first game of the series.
I will definitely agree, because one thing's for sure, the Tyrant is the game changer that we'll be seeing, the first tempo point for both these two teams. Right now, it's gonna be a very smooth early game where we see a bit of poke coming in from both sides. But yet again, look at top side though. Xiang is level 5 and is pushing Ihans back towards the tower.
Yep, there's also information that the Azure Golem is available for the taking on the side of Kagendra's jungle. Will they make a play? Because that might be a mistake here. And it looks like, look, Musang King, he wants to prioritize safety. We play it safe first.
We play safe first. And look at Kagendra's bottom side. They are making sure that this Lady Sun with main combo is punishing JR and Dian into the farm lane here. So definitely both sides playing towards their strong suit right now. For the side of Black Shrew Esports, you play towards Dharma on Xiang. For the side of Kagendra, you play towards Lanfeng and Lu.
Yeah, and the rotation so far by BSC is stock standard. They're so fast. And I'm worried that Kagendra, they might not be able to keep up. But for now, we raw, yes, he's trailing by a little bit of EXP. But across the board, Kagendra, they're holding on not bad. It's about, what, 400 gold difference? Of course, in advantage to BSC.
Well, in advantage to BSE, and looking at the items real quick, the 400 definitely is covered back by Lady Sun in the farm lane with a 400 healthy gold lead over the early onto JR. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, 40 seconds on the clock until Tyrant, where that will be the first combat point for both teams here.
Okay, ultimate committed by Dian to try and slow down this aggression. Itemization-wise for Lanfeng, he's going to have a slight advantage over JR. JR, percentage-based damage, he actually forwent the boots, so he's trying to go straight for the Doomsday.
Yep, Doomsday being picked up right now, but hold on a minute, Ihans gets engaged on.
Yep, they actually push Ihans back, but for now, it's still okay. 12 seconds, nobody wants to take too much of a risk, but Senko, he sees the opening, gets the first blood. We roll a perfect start, can he get Musang King as well? Indonesia fans, you can start to scream to get this. It's a big win, even if they don't get it. 4 minutes, the first time of the game. Kagendra in the lead.
Kagendra's on board right now, with that kill towards the mid lane onto Zihong. They get the bottom tower, they get the Tyrant. They start off huge in this game 1.
Yep, they want to go for the punish here. Musang King opens up, he wants the Azure, gets a smite as well. A nice steal, but Xiang, he needs to move away. That deterrence coming in from BSC has managed to push them off. Kagendra, they get the Tyrant, but they have to trade an Azure Golem for it.
This Kagendra farm and roam duo is giving so much pressure on the map, creating so much space for the jungler of Kagendra.
Yeah, Musang King actually dropped the furball at this point. A little bit of pressure. But if you take a look at what Xiang is doing, he has freedom of space. And I think just overall, BSC have managed to turn that situation around. They are able to equalize the gold, and they don't lose out that much.
Exactly, they don't lose out that much, and I'm really wanting to see the first big team fight that we're going to be happening real soon. Because right now, both teams, they're holding on strong, 50-50 in terms of the goalie. No one is ahead as of this point, Kin.
Yeah, Musang King, he actually chooses to walk in the faces of Kagendra. Such confidence from this guy. Drops the furball. They get a catch. Two members stunned up. Weero gets the first kill. Zihong tries to get away. Will be able to make it out. That ultimate coming in from Dien only manages to catch Weero and Kagendra. This is a new Indonesian #1 squad.
This Indonesian #1 squad is coming up huge in this game one. They have secured yet another kill onto the Black Shrew Esports jungle. Right now, they're knocking onto the mid tower. If they secure this, they open up the map immediately.
Yeah, we talked about this. The T1 in the mid, so important. It opens up vision control for the side of Kagendra. At the same time, T1 on the top in trouble as Ehans pushes them back. Musang King, you stole it away. This time, Rewalk gets revenge, takes it. But Xiang, he comes in, gets the truth mantra, gets taken out. But nobody on the side of Kagendra is going to stop falling just yet. Lanfeng, though, Weero, the two of them have fallen. This is a perfect situation for BSC. On to Lu, next target. He should be falling really soon. Zihong comes in, finishes up the kill. Will they give it to Musang King? Yes, they will. Take my Crimson, we will take everything back.
Everything that Kagendra has built over this 6 minute, one fight was all it need for Black Shrew Esports and Co. to bring it back to this equal state. Like we mentioned in the draft, Kin, you only have one Ali as a carry, no problem. Black Shrew Esports Coach Nancy covered it up with a calming pick towards the mid lane. The trust in Zihong.
Yes, a major trust. And there might be more problems. The bolt drops down Ehans. There is no support. He gets caught off. Zihong gets the kill. What else is Kagendra going to be able to do at this moment? Nothing, because Musang King is in perfect control. The map, all three lanes being pressured by BSC.
And while all of this is happening, ladies and gentlemen, look at the clash lane. Arlie, JR is free farming all this time. They invested so little and they got so much back from Black Shrew Esports.
Yeah, this is the best offer you can find, right? T1 on the top now going to be taken by the side of JR. This is a big growth and farm for him. Level 9 still matched up by Lanfeng, but if they make a mistake here, Kagendra, they're going to be punished so hard.
Ooh, I'm still looking right. Senko has to be the man to find these key engages on the backline, just like how he did just now. For the side of Black Shrew Esports, it's the same. Xiang got that two-man truth mantra just now on the red buff. He was the one who got it back from Black Shrew Esports, and right now, it's banking on Senko, on the Maestro or Xiang on the Dharma.
Okay, so let's help out the newer audiences. What do they fight?
How do they fight? Simple. We first identify Black Shrew Esports, Zihong and JR as the carry. So, on the side of Kagendra, you need the two core engages. Senko on the Maestro, Ihans on the Sun Tzu to find these key engages for them to get back the game.
Yeah, they definitely need to cut down the options available for the side of BSC, right? There's too many mobile heroes on the side of BSC's draft. You have the Arlie, you have Zihong on the Kongming, and this is going to be a big problem. If Senko gets taken down at this point, they will chase in. No kills just yet, but the real trouble is your Crimson Golem is under pressure. Will they be able to get it? I think he has gone, yes, into the hands of Weero. They managed to protect that resource, but there is more pressure coming in from BSC.
More pressure coming in, and right now Tyrant has spawned once again onto Hero's Gorge at 8th minute mark. Right now we see a small poke coming from Riyadh, Dream won't be expended.
Yep, it's a big resource because right now the next Tyrant of the game has spawned, and I don't think Reroll wants to overcommit at this point. They're already losing. It's not good to lose another one. Can they get the steal here? It looks like that option is not going to be explored. Musang King secures it. There is more fighting prowess for Black Shrew Esports.
I'm still waiting for the key engage here, Kin. We gotta see who is the hero of this game, who gets the crucial engage on the backline. Lanfeng here. Although yes, BSC is winning in terms of gold with healthy 1.6k, you cannot be counting out Lanfeng and Lu. This combo is so powerful. The burst damage is so high. If they're untended, that's gonna be a big issue for Black Shrew Esports.
I know, but BSC, you know what they're doing? They keep putting the Mankey in front of the face of Lanfeng, and he can't do anything. Look, he's at the top of the gold chart, 6,500. But he can't get the correct targets.
Indeed, he can't get the correct targets here. We gotta see the first fight. Both these teams are playing super cautious coming to game 1 right here. And winning strategy just to blow up some damage here as they look for the blue buff invade.
Yeah, once again, they see an opening in BSC. They will put this pressure here. Musang King able to get it? No. JR actually will not be able to get it as well. WeRaw secures it for the team. But still, they're losing a lot of space all across the map. The only saving grace is that Kagendra, I think they haven't lost this T1, so there's a little bit of control they still have at this point.
Wow. Black Shrew Esports playing like their style here, Kin. They don't look for the overextending fight, they don't look for any fights, but they go for these objectives. What are objectives? The Crimson buff, the Azure Golem. All these are objectives that you can take to really escalate your lead. And right now, it's the 10-minute mark. We have the Shadow variants being spawned onto the map.
Yeah, already not looking good. JR, he goes in, he makes it out as well. What a nice one. A lot of damage, but the heals are coming in. They managed to find JR. This is the perfect chance. Kagendra, you need to finish the job. Either take the objective or get more kills. And the call now, WeRaw says, you guys push. I'm going for the Tyrant.
Remember when we said we needed a hero? This is your hero, iHans catching JR, the crucial carry, the early from Black Shrew Esports.
Yeah, but Xiang, he's hiding in the corner. He's waiting for an opening. Not presented anymore. Lan Feng, he gets the Tyrant. This is the 10-minute Tyrant, a Shadow Tyrant, guys. Why is this so good for the side of Kagendra?
Whew. You get a ton of damage, you get a lot of wave clear, you dictate the pace of the team fight with this extra damage buff. If you want to put in numbers, it gives you about 2,000 to 3,000 extra gold in terms of the buff, in terms of damage here, kid.
Okay, I want you guys to focus on E-Hans here. The items are up. The 4th item from the left, that frigid charge. There's going to be a big moment. If E-Hans is able to jump into the backlines of BSC, he could cause a lot of problems.
Oh man, just look at those two storm shots here. He's definitely going for that siege breaker as well. The moment you get caught by the bolt, by the frigid charge, he's going to explode immediately.
Yeah, this is going to be a big moment. WeRaw giving information for the team. Xiang though, he's trying to hide in the shadows. He manages to catch out some information, but I don't think this is the time for him to show up.
Wow. Both teams, as you mentioned here, Bob Wave is still under pressure coming from the side of Kagendra here. Wave stays not looking good as BSE holds off this Tyrant push with a masterclass defense.
Yeah, WeRaw gonna just eat that fur ball for now, but they take the T2 overall. So Kagendra, I can't believe this. WeRaw is playing so well. Kagendra is like a brand new team.
Brand new team, but 10 seconds onto the Tyrant here. Both teams will be putting focus on the Shadow Vanguard that is available for grabs.
Yeah, Kagendra now looking for an opening. They don't have to overcommit, right? A lot of teams make the mistake of, you know what, let's pressure, make a mistake, overcommit, get punished for it. And Kagendra, I like this restraint. It is not power that you want, it's the power of restraint, knowing when to go in, important decisions to be made.
Wow, that was 2 back-to-back as well, kid. As you mentioned, important decisions, and that was an insanely important decision coming from Kagendra to really grasp the second objective of the Shadow variant here. Right now, they are in control of the game despite being the ones down in gold.
Yep, this truly is a spectacle, right? How many times do you see Musang King actually getting pressured by another team?
Not a lot. In MKL, not a lot of teams can be above BSE, aside from Nova Esports, but definitely Kagendra definitely showing us a new and improved Kagendra, the champions of IKL, showing up in their first game of KWC 2025.
Yes, and what a performance to start with. They're calling out this T2 is under pressure on the bottom side. It looks like they might want to take the fight. WeRaw, he spins it out, takes the dream roll, gets the safety at this point. Now, Kagendra, it is an important decision because they still have the Overlord flying on the top. Oh, hang on, they get the catch as well. Senko, he is going to be taken down. A big win, but hang on, nice stuns, not enough damage coming in. WeRaw could not make the difference, and it's 2 down. E-Hans and Senko, the big players on the side of Kagendra, down for the count. But BSE, they have more problems to deal with. Can they deal with the Overlord?
Overlord, yep, is being spawned right on the top side, and BSE, like you mentioned, has to attend to it, but thankfully, to Xiang on this Dharma, looking for these crucial engages onto the backline of Senko here. We talked about if Senko doesn't get going, Kagendra does not have a game, and Xiang knows the fact, he shuts it down.
Yeah, WeRaw, he's going to try and escape. The end is falling low. What a nice burst coming in. Can he get more? But Xiang, he's coming in from the back. Does he have his ultimate? He does have it. Will not overcommit at this point. They got WeRaw down. The tank is gone. All they need to do now is play safe. BSC, they run off with a bunch of scratches, and the chase is on. Kagendra, can they find it? Lan Feng and Lu, the boat is committed as well, but they miss out, and BSC, they make it out safe.
They make it out safe, but one thing's for sure, their health bars are not looking healthy to contest for this Shadow Tyrant here. Another Shadow variant going to the hands of Kagendra here. How many do you need to close out this game?
Yeah, exactly, right? And I'm really surprised because BSC, we know them as a team that really likes to take control of the map. And this is the first time they're kind of losing control, even though they have the goal lead.
Well, I kind of have to argue here, right? You have the goal lead, you are playing the fundamentals better, but you're dropping yourself, you're dropping devs here left and right during these objectives here. This is not the BSC that we are familiar with here, Kin.
Yeah, totally unfamiliar, right? But there is one familiarity that I like, which is Zhihong. He's at the top of the damage charts, right? This Kongming, his main role is to be able to melt down the members on the side of Kagendra, and which is why I think, look, the draft makes sense for the side of BSC, but for now, the pressure is coming in from Kagendra once again.
Exactly, and if you look at Zhihong's item build, he's almost closing out on his final item, be it the Splendor, be it the Tome of Wisdom. He is an artillery mage, and he's going to be banking on so much damage onto the backline of Kagendra.
Yeah, the lifesteal is going to be quite insane, right? He's going to be able to sustain, just getting the extra damage, and every extra bit counts. As Kagendra, like I said, every bit counts. They take another T2. It is a barren map here in the jungle side of the BSC.
And that is the final tier 2 as you mentioned here. And right now, utilizing Lanfeng's spell, they are slowly but surely pushing down another tier 3 off the side of Black Shrew Esports. It's just about a ticking clock.
Yeah, I'm so curious about JR's heartbeat at this point. He got bursted down pretty much in the first, 3 seconds of that skirmish itself. And it feels like Kagendra, they're just waiting for that perfect opportunity.
Well, we gotta see here, King. We gotta see. Will it be Senko? Will it be Ihans? Will it be Xiang to look for these crucial engages here? Look at Xiang right now. He's finding an angle onto the backline of Kagendra.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Xiang has a perfect opportunity. They're all very close to the wall. Musang King jumps in. Xiang waiting for that moment. Gets a slam onto the wall. Ihans makes it out. Reroll covers him as well. The boat, they can re-engage if they want. He will throw it down, but it's just a defensive measure. BSC, they have to back off. But at this point, what's at risk? Kagendra, they have an opening across the map. Maybe consider that Shadow Overlord.
And once again, Kid, once again, BSE hold off another objective tape coming in from Kagendra, and right now they're knocking onto the Shadow Vanguard.
Is this the best decision though? Right now, there is a chance. Reroll. He does have smite. He can come in for the steal as well. Zhihong waiting on the backlines. Xiang as well. They try to lock him down. Musang King gets it on the backlines. Ihans gets caught as well. Here comes Senko. He's trying to make a difference, but it's not enough. Xiang with the damage, and there is too much damage on the side of BSC. It's an ace on the side of Kagendra and BSC. This is the #1 team we've been waiting for.
The #1 team comes up huge with Xiang on this Dharma. That beautiful 3-man truth mantra onto the backline seals the deal for this game 1, Kin.
Yeah, BSC, all they need is one golden chance and they will take it. So BSC, past champions, champions to be as they take game #1.
Wow, what a masterclass of a Dharma here. We were mentioning, Kin. Who will be the hero of this game? Who will find the crucial engage here? It was not Ihans, it was not Senko, it was none other than BSE Xiang on this signature Dharma pick.
Yeah, I mean, this is a hero that I would never ever allow into the hands of Xiang. But once again, Honor of Kings, there's so many heroes to choose from, and you can't block off everything, you can't ban everything.
But that's the beauty of global ban pick here a bit, Kin. Even though you pick this Dharma, yes, it's so deadly, so strong, but that's global ban pick here. He can never pick this again for the second game.
Okay, so let's take a look at this history itself. This time, I think Kagendra have definitely upgraded themselves. They have improved so much, but not yet enough to take BSE to the limit point yet.
I do agree. That's the thing about Black Shrew Esports. They are never the ones to really fall behind even though they were behind. Even though multiple Shadow Tyrant, Shadow Overlord takes coming in from Kagendra, they were always finding ways. They were always finding these crucial team fights to really come back as a team.
Yep, I like the confidence from both teams here, right? Zhihong on this Kongming, Senko on this Mai. These are very expensive mid laners. They all need gold, which means you have to share it with your team as well. And the fact that both teams show the confidence to be able to pull off such, I wouldn't say, I think greedy is an overkill, but a greedy draft from both sides. And BSC shows that, hey, we are winners for a reason.
They are winners for a reason. And just check out this highlight real quick. All these fights, Xiang was always looking to pressure Lanfeng and Lu. Yes, look at this last fight here. Xiang on the sideline here looks for the 3-man engage onto the back line. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, but he was so patient, right, with his ultimate, and that's what you want. So what if you have the power? It's knowing when to use it that is so critical in the team fights. And Xiang, he's showing you this guy is on board to be a champion.
That's champion mentality right here, right, Isaac?
It was an amazing game. BSE comes in. They never looked like they were in control of the game, but they never looked like they were losing. It's just very important to make that very big distinction. They had always a goal advantage, even when Kagendra looked very strong. But BSE never looked like, okay, they're losing this match. Even when Kagendra was pushing on the high ground, it never looked like BSE was not under control.
Yes.
For me, definitely, if you look at all these top-tier teams, it was never really a one-sided game. It was always Black Shrew Esports playing the perfect defense against Kagendra's push, be it the Shadow Tyrant, be it the Shadow Overlord. They make it so perfect that they do not lose a single member and they manage to push back whatever Kagendra has to offer.
So what do you think?
I think I want to talk about JR a little bit as the stats will be showing up later. JR made one mistake in this game. He got caught out by Ehans on the Sun Tzu, and he never died once again, right? He didn't die. Okay, he died another time, but that's fine. 4, 2, and 4, JR did a perfect positioning throughout the game. But Musang King, which is the name that everyone has been chanting since the very start of HOK, BSE, Musang King has been the cornerstone, the rock per se on the side of BSE.
I really, as you mentioned, I love BSE's dynamic here. Yes, Musang King, as you mentioned, the star boy, the FMVP of Black Shrew Esports here. But when it comes to the draft, when it comes to who needs to carry, everybody takes a piece of the pie. Everybody takes a bit of the load, and they all carry together to contribute to this deciding win for Black Shrew Esports.
Yes, and I think one major item difference for BSC and Kagendra, if you take a look at DN at the bottom of the screen, that yellow staff that looks like a snake, that's called Venomous Staff, is actually an anti-heal item. Now, Kagendra did not build too much anti-heal. We do have one, that orange-looking cape on the side of WeRaw, second on the top. That helps you burn and reduce healing on the side of BSC. But the thing is, if WeRaw dies, then you don't have that anti-heal capabilities. And WeRaw was one of the first few people to die in many fights on the side of Kagendra as well.
Exactly, because he is the frontman. He has to soak damage for the side of Kage Lu and Lanfeng because they desperately need a frontline. But we gotta give props here. Look at Zihong here, 35% damage. When we talk about the draft, who is gonna be the secondary carry? We're thinking, oh, it might be Nuwa or might be some utility mage, but no. We go in full burst, look at that 35% damage.
This shows you the confidence, right? Picking up a Kongming is actually a really huge risk because if he falls behind, it's very rare that Kongming comes back into the game unless it hits like that 20-minute mark.
And it was actually very interesting to see that Kongming with Trihong never actually had free access to the Azure Golem. It was always just kind of like fighting to try to get the Azure Golem because Kagendra did have control of the map. Kagendra had control of the vision, so they had priority over invasion of the jungle. So it was pretty difficult for him to actually control that. But no, we cannot just be talking about Trihong. We need to be talking about Xiang as well, who's going to be our MVP. Xiang with a 0, 1, and 8, and I will give that on that 8, that Dharma 8 assist, on that last one is a 4 people crowd control.
I'm so happy this is the stats because, look, I get to say again, KDA is not important, 0, 1, and 8. Look, Xiang, the way that he was maneuvering around the map, every single truth mantra was on point. And sometimes the truth hurt, but for this one, it was Death's Door.
It was Death's Door and 018 KDA. As you mentioned, KDA does not really matter when you were making these decisive engages here.
Yeah, it's very good. I mean, that last catch really allowed them to take the win from there. And BSC is a team that you can't give not even half a chance. You see an opening, they will tear it open. It's a brand new hole. This is the new door we're going to walk through, and that's the door to the crystal. So a very impressive performance, not just by Xiang, who's the MVP, but as a whole, BSC. This is why they were champions before.
It is important for everyone at home just to understand the reason why BSE is able to win in here. They're able to win because even in the moments moments where Kagendra was pushing at the high ground, they never lost composure. And composure is super important. You saw the BSC in the moments that they needed to fight, it was 5 people fighting in there. It was never a 2 or 3 people. It was the whole team trying to defend and trying to attack at the same time.
And I think this is the beauty of experience, right? When you gather so much experience from all these past international tournaments and achievements, this really brings back to BSE standard. Yes, they are champions, but why are they champions? It's the composure, it's the experience. All these elements form a real championship squad.
Okay, so let's address once again our dear Indonesian friends, fans of Kagendra as well. This performance by Kagendra, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
Actually a decent performance. They just need to kind of polish their performance a little bit, and maybe this game number 2, we could tie things up.
May I add up to that? I sincerely believe at the beginning of the game, Senku had a couple very good openings and got a couple kills for the team. They did not go to him, but they went to the team. I like the way that Kagendra played. We need to be a little bit more decisive in the right moments, because there's a couple moments where they need to manage the wave a little bit better, so they crash at the high ground at the same time. So then BSE needs to be thinking, do I defend this one or I defend the other one? It's important to understand that the difference between good teams and amazing teams comes down to being able to level up in between. How do I manage the waves in order to jump into high ground and ask the super minions to get in the game?
Timing is of the essence, right?
Yep.
This is why we take fights at certain moments in the game. We don't need a fight all the time. You need to fix your waves first. And if you manage your waves properly, even if you lose a fight, the opponent team can't really do much because they have to try and clear all 3 lanes of minions.
And that's it. All 3 lanes of minions, all it burns down to fundamentals here. And talking about fundamentals, we gotta check out the draft once again. As expected, burning the early in game 1. Black Shrew Esports has to take that ban after looking how Lanfeng was so dominant in lane just now.
Yes, and BSE, they're gonna continue that train wreck here. They ban out the Dharma, one of the big win conditions available. But this opens up the doors to Fatih, maybe.
Bati, Pei, all these key picks here are still up for grabs for the side of BSE and Kagendra here. Clock's ticking, we gotta see what's the decision here coming in from Coach Reflect on this second ban.
I want to see WeRaw pick up a tank jungle. I think WeRaw has shown us consistency in playing, especially heroes like the Organ, right? So right now, Kagendra, they ban out the Jing. Let's see what they want to start off with. BSE, take one of the most damaging burst heroes. This is the Lung, the Dragon of Pain right now.
Dragon of Pain, flaming palm towards your face, instantly deleting you off the map here. So Long here being prioritized for BSE JR, who had a fantastic game 1. On the side of Kagendra here, there's still the Pei here, there is still the Zhangfei here, or Byron that we've seen frequently. So definitely, we have to see what is up for grabs. It will be the Dolia and Dune combo.
Oh, I love this. Okay, Kagendra with the Dune and Dolia combination. Once again, to our new friends, let me explain to you what Dolia does. Dolia is able to give you short amounts of heals as well as refresh skills that are on cooldown when necessary. And this opens up a couple more doors. You could pick the lane for Kagendra. There are so many ultimates you can refresh, and hopefully that will be one big marker of success for the side of Kagendra.
Exactly, and looking at the following draft here, Pei Byron being locked in for the side of Black Shrew Esports. Against the Dune, that's just spelling one thing. Whoever gets the early game will dictate the pace of the game.
Okay, so another combination here shown to you by BSE. This is a team you definitely want to learn from, right? Pei and Byron, this is a stock standard combination. They crush that clash lane very early. Less than a minute in, you potentially can get the first blood.
Exactly, because there's still options of starting towards the side lane, moving towards your jungle, all these jungle start options, right? And outside of Kagendra, they notice the fact that, hey, we talk about Dolia combos, we cannot forget about Yu Huan. Double unending sorrow on the ultimate, so much room for error.
Yes, it not only offers you heals, it also damages the enemy, which is why it's so painful and so scary. And Kagendra, a very smart ban, they take out the Liang, this 3rd ban available for Kagendra. And this opens up so many doors for them because suppression is something you can't control unless you hit the hero himself, which means Dune and Yu Huan, these 2 heroes, have a lot more freedom coming in from the side of Kagendra.
Okay, question for you right here. Any interesting picks you want to see for the BSE's draft?
BSE, what they're missing the mid, they're missing a roam as well. I know a lot of people don't like this, but I would like to call on Isaac. We played a ranked game yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Yixing, roam.
Just based on the rank from yesterday,
It was good, it was good.
it was solid. It was solid. I'm telling you that EC in Rome in there was pretty good, but it was pretty good because Sagi wasn't the Luna, my guy.
Okay, okay. Now, I would still take that as a compliment, right? But
You should.
End of the day, right, I like the control because at this point, BSC, their draft offers you a lot of burst potential. I think they just need someone else to bring that crowd control ability besides Xiang on this Byron. That's all.
That is a very good point here. Looking at BSE's draft, they are coming for an angle where they need a utility from the mage or the roamer to really force this team composition to a new hole.
Yeah, you want to burn out, you know, this mid lane Senko Yuhuan's ultimate. You want to burn it out as fast as possible, right? Because you're killing two birds with one stone. Not only do you burn out the Yuhuan ultimate once, you're burning potentially Dolia's ultimate as well, because they want to be in a position where they have options to explore. So burn it out early and then you go and take a team fight.
Exactly, that is the kiting style, the front to back sort of style that we are looking for. And talking about crowd control, talking about the utility, we gotta talk about Mozi and ladies. There's so much crowd control, so much utility being brought onto the table for the last two picks of Black Shrew Esports.
Yeah, it's a lot of control. This is the exact formula that they need to play on, right? BSE, once they have this Mortar Cannon Blast, that is his second skill. Once he gets a stun in, this can be complemented by 2-3 different stuns, the Lung, the Byron, the Lady Chen. Everything to set up a perfect team fight for the side of BSE.
Exactly, so much crowd control like you mentioned, but once again, Kagendra, your last pick, it's a Consort U. The Wind Blessing coming in from Spell 2 of Consort U gets to block out such a heavy physical team composition that has been drafted by Black Shrew Esports.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
This is the second time today that we see that Consort U facing long over there for the farm lane. Is that a counter pick? Is that something that the coaches have analyzed? What is going on with that?
It's a perfect formula because, look, it is a predictable sequence of events coming out from the Lung. You wait for the 3 flaming shots coming in. That's the massive burst damage, right?
Yep.
And if you time your second skill right, which is called the Protecting Winds, it makes you physically immune. So you essentially cancel out a huge burst available by JR.
All right, boys, the game is already there. What about we start casting and bringing the action of this game number 2 of this match number 3 of today?
Ooh, game number 2 between Black Shrew Esports and Kagendra. Loser goes to a lower bracket. So Kagendra, you gotta fight on this.
Yes, they definitely have to, but Musang King has other plans straight away. And within the first minute, he goes in straight for the Azure Golem. And there is no defense coming out from Kagendra. Guys, you have to do something here.
Guys, you gotta do something. That's the entire blue side being countered from Black Shrew Esports here. And look at Musang King. They want for a dive.
Oh, Lanfeng, is this first blood? No! JR, they actually get it as well. BSE, a dream start.
A dream start just 1 minute short, and they already got the first blood on the key member of Kagendra. Lanfeng shut down on the first minute.
Yeah, farm laners actually take a little bit of time to grow, but this time Lanfeng is going to have a long time to grow because BSE, this is tested time and time again. They are so strong when they get the advantage, and now they have a huge one.
Man, BSE just mocking Kagendra, but look at tournament predictions. It has already started, so if you get all these tournament predictions correct, you get to get free heroes, free skins, or even borders. So check it out in your game, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you can actually get the recall. That's the one I want. But unfortunately for me, I am 1-3 on my predictions so far. So let's take a look at better things, which is going to come in the form of BSE. Zhihong here holding the lane for his team so they can share the experience. So every little nuance, every action decision by BSE is making more sense.
Exactly. Zhihong as utility mage, you don't benefit from so much gold. You funnel all this gold to your main carrier. Who is it? Musang King.
Yeah, man, I hate to say this, but take a look at what JR has. He already has the Meteor. This is one of the critical core items that has physical pierce, and he already has it in his hands. JR, this is a great start for him.
Great start, and Lanfeng losing out the lane. And what's next? Musang King once again with the invade.
The colors of the rainbow are showing up on the side of BSE. Rainbows and butterflies as BSE take a 1,000 goal lead 2.5 minutes into the game.
Man King, BSE has woken up and this is their true form here. They're dictating the pace of the early game with whatever they have.
Yes, and there's so much pressure right now. If JR steals that, I think he did. This is going to be a horrible situation for Kagendra. Kagendra, we need your support. The fans of Indonesia, the fans of Kagendra, cheer them on in the comments because we need that comeback.
Come back. Kagendra, you gotta figure it out here. But ladies and gentlemen, just look at the goalie here coming from the jungle, coming from the farm lane of BSE. Whew. 800 and 400. That's crazy for early game.
Yep, and with less than 1 minute to go, I think this is not an ideal situation for Kagendra, but this is a situation they find themselves in.
Wow, the 3v3 mid coming to a mid side, but this situation here, Ken, are they still going for the 30 seconds on the clock, the Tyrant take?
I think you have to consider, because probably at the same time as these buffs spawn, that's when your first Tyrant is going to be showing up, right? So why not prioritize the buffs instead?
Okay, prioritizing the buff is also an objective. If you can get a buff while training the Tyrant here is still an equal trade here, but will BSE allow that? Let's find out.
Okay, Zhihong taking quite a bit of damage, but there is potential of regen coming in here. Lu gets caught out for the time being, but it's all pressure coming in from BSE, right? They want to be in a prime position to be able to take this first time in the game. Lan Feng, okay, he does get his protecting wins. Oh, but what a catch! The flash as well. Once again, Lan Feng, he's taken down. BSE find another opening.
Swift box coming in from there to immediately catch out Lan Feng, and that closes off any opportunity that Kagendra has on the Tyrant here. And right now, another invade on the Azure Golem.
Oh, greedy is good this time. Weeraw gets caught out. The stun comes in from Xiang, and it's not enough to put any pressure back in the hands of BSE. They force out the ultimate from Senko as well. Ehans once again finds himself in the middle of 4 members, and there is nothing that BSE is afraid of at this point. They don't even go for that first Tyrant of the game.
They are just setting out tempo so well. 4 minutes in, 3,000 goal lead already here. BSE coming up with a statement match showing that Kagendra, if you want to go to the Giants, if you want to go to the playoffs, you got to go through us first.
Look, they took less than 15 seconds to take that first Tyrant of the game. This is a strong showing of how far ahead BSE are at.
Look at the goal chart here, Ken. Musang King rocking the 4.4k goal against the jungle. Only 2.8k coming from Kagendra here.
Yeah, Musang King is the tax collector at this point, right? Pay me my money because he is way ahead. 4.6 thousand gold. He is close to almost double of Weeraw's net worth at this point.
Man, masterclass for Musang King here. The team is definitely playing towards Musang King's tempo here. Every little decision, every rotation here is following Musang King to further push up the lead here. Right now, 3.5k gold lead in the hands of Black Shrew Esports.
Yep, and they're pulling them apart, right? Because right now, you have Musang King who's able to take turrets, T1s, T2s on his own. In the meantime, you also have to stop the pressure from the rest of the team, and they're just flying all across the map because until that 10-minute mark, the space dimensional portal is open.
And it provides so much mobility here. Talking about mobility, they're once again coming for this Azure Golem.
Oh, this pressure is immense. BSE, this is the team that we know about. It goes into the hands of Musang King. They committed. The physically immune Lan Feng is available for the taking. But hey, we don't need to fight. We take the T3. And Musang King, the true king, has shown himself. Oh, this is not a good situation for Kagendra at all. 6 minutes in, we have a T3 potentially being taken down.
This is BSE style. They don't need kills. They play the map to a perfection here. If you look at the Azure Golem too much, you're gonna be burning your side tower here. And right now, they're once again looking to attack the middle lane tower.
Yeah, look, there was a hint of confidence coming in for Kagendra in game number 1, but game number 2, absolute silence. They have put Weeraw to the back ends of the room. There's nothing much they can do here. T1 is going to be gifted to the side of BSE.
And right now here, though, Musang King looks for a 1v1 on the eye hands. Can he run away?
No, Ehans, you have to run. The backup comes in. Musang King still gets the kill, and he will back up. Do they want to look for more? Senko gets caught out by the knockup at this point, but with 18,000 in the bank, 4,000 behind BSE, I don't think they want to take these fights.
There's no fights that they can take at this point. And look at Musang King, he's just backdooring the tier 3 onto the bottom lane of Kagendra here. But the cavalry is here. Can he run away?
Oh, what a save. A beautiful cannon blast from Dien. He points them in the right direction. Hey, you want to punish my jungler?
Nah.
No way.
Not today.
No way. Yeah, and this is a beautiful performance by BSE.
And talking about Honor of Kings, this is the beauty of it. You don't need kills. You just play the map to a perfection, and this is what it rewards you with. 3 kills on the board, no problem. But you have 5 towers, amounting to a 5,000 gold lead for the side of Black Shrew Esports.
And if you take a look at Xiang, he was taking quite a bit of damage, but it doesn't really matter to him at this point. He does have access to his ultimate soon, and there we go. Force field suppression available. He pushes Weroll away. They don't even have to fight. They're just pushing them back off from the T2. And once again, T2 secured by the side of BSE. The map gets even smaller for Kagendra.
Man, the room is smaller and smaller. There's lesser farming space. Another tower goes down toward the mid lane right now. They're rotating towards the top side. What do? You get the Crimson Golem. You get the tower here. Right now, BSE is looking to formulate this until the end of the game.
Okay, so do you see what I see? I see something purple, and that's open for the side of BSE to take soon.
Well, that's definitely their formation here right now. Get the top tower, get the Crimson Golem. We did back, get the Vanguard as well.
Yeah, the Overlord is going to be pretty important at this point, but we haven't hit that 10-minute mark yet, so it might not be of maximum priority for the side of BSE. Right now, the top prio is one of these remaining T3s that get the stun onto Lanfeng at this point. They have managed to stifle a little bit of that pressure, alleviate it for now, but it's kind of like a bad headache, right? You want to relieve that pressure, but it's so hard to do so.
If you're Kagendra, the headache is definitely on you because BSE just biting on you, making sure that if you don't react, you're gonna suffer more and more and more.
Yup, they try for the last one. Reroll, overcommits. There is too much damage. Can he get the save at this point? Will manage to get out, but his stun stops him for now. A little bit of pressure. Nobody dies just yet. But I think Kagendra, they're shaking at their boots because they can't find an opening. Even though they laid down so much damage, Xiang and JR are the only ones taking damage, and they're not even dead.
And that's the beauty of it. Damage, just look at the damage though. Zihong on this control mage, 51,000 damage on the Lady Zen.
Yep. You know what? Revenge is a dish best of cold, and unfortunately, revenge is not on the menu for the side of Kagendra. BSE, they're here for the revenge. They want to get into the playoffs of KWC 2025.
And it's definitely looking like the case, right? Because just look at the pay here. 9 minutes, 40 seconds. 9.3k gold on this carry jungle here.
Guys, that means GPM gold per minute, he's at 1,000. That's a lot. He's a rich guy.
He's rich, he's bathing in money right now, and Xiang goes in for the engage.
He gets a stun onto Senko. Senko forced to use his ultimate. The refresh comes in. Not enough time. They wasted the ultimate from Lu as well. And this is an opening that BSE will definitely appreciate. T3 under pressure on the top, looking for that big opening. Musang King finishes the job. Do they want to go for more? They want it. Ehans, you are gone, and it's going to be BSE once again a double kill for JR. But hey, once again, restraint is the call of the order. We don't need to overcommit. The win should be ours. We just need to play steady.
Steady is the game. They go towards the bottom wave right now. The super minions are slowly marching towards the crystal. Here can Kagendra defend.
They are going to give it a try, but it's not going to be enough. Hang on, there could be a chance here. Senko tries to win it for the team, but it's not enough. BSE, they take it clean 2-0.
This is the BSE we're talking about. This is the MKL second seed team. The champions of KC 2024 coming back once again with such an important win to bring them to a further step towards the playoff.
They are hungry this time. The 5 boys, along with the coach, the manager, Joker, I'm pretty sure they were ready for a win today. And BSE, what a performance as they take that very short walk down to, give their thanks for this amazing series between the two giants of their own respective regions.
But gotta give props to Kagendra as well, kid. That game 1 was immaculate coming from them. It may be due to experience, it may be due to their stage frights, but that